everybody. Welcome to Aspects Line of a Changing Man. My name is Gold, bringing you another episode. I definitely want to thank everybody for coming and listening in, seeing what's going on, learning more things that they need to learn, that you believe in me to know what problems we have in society. Last episode was about self-control, and basically every episode is a little bit more about self-control and how do you apply it to your life and the things you can actually do to have better control over yourself. Today, my subject is that we are not enough. And what I mean by that is that we, as society members, are not enough by ourselves to be able to get to where we want to be. For an example, if you were just born and you didn't have a mother or father, and you were just there, you would have no type of skills or any type of experiences that you seem to be able to apply to yourself. If you go into a world of, let's say you were born of the Spanish world, and you speak Spanish, you would not be able to learn how to speak English until you were able to see English actually being spoken by someone and actually say that person is something, the way that they speak is the way that I want to be able to speak. So that's what I'm saying by we are not enough. It's that a lot of what we go through is due to who we want to be like and the people that have came in our lives that we've taken a piece from, and we said we wanted to apply that to our lives. I feel like today's world, we look into people that are not in our lives consistently, or the people that are consistently in our lives are not people that we want to be like. For me, a lot of my self-control issues had to do with me not having the type of person that was consistently in my life, or when they were consistent, they weren't applying something positive that I thought that I wanted to take out of the system, out of their system. And then some of those things became subconsciously stuck in my mind. So when issues like arguing or disagreements came along, or me being hurt, I was subconsciously doing what they did. For a long time, like I said, my struggles with my self-control was due to me not knowing who I was. So I would try to be whatever I thought I should be, which was something that was what everybody else was. So when I was following society, I wanted to dress like society. I wanted to talk like society. I wanted to be like society. And that caused me to be able to do the things that I did, and emotionally react to things, and cause me to get into more trouble and have the results that I didn't want. And the thing about society is when you're following behind what they want you to follow behind, and you go and do what they're doing, and it doesn't work out for you the same way that it does, they'll disconnect from you real quick. The world will act as if you, even though you did what they did, you do as I say, not as I do. And in that will cause them to that will cause you to be more sad about, why am I following them? But they're the only people I know to follow. I went to a seminar on Monday. Today is Thursday, but I went to a Tuesday. Sorry, I went to a seminar on Tuesday. Let me know if you like my hat. I'm a Boston Celtics fan. I'm also a New England fan. I'm from Minnesota, and if you know, most of our players left and went to New England, or they went to Boston, or the Red Sox won. So I decided that I wanted to wear a hat. But back to what I was saying. So I went to a seminar on Tuesday, and the seminar was about um, basically stocks and being more comfortable to make decisions in those stocks. So when I was there, I was hearing a lot of what I already know, but they were applying it to the world of stocks and trades. So I became more comfortable. Like I went there not knowing anything about what I was going for. I just wanted to hear how they present themselves and what it's like to actually be in that world, to be a presenter of information. And I went into that world and I seen that they were given the same type of information. They were just bonding it with their type of studies. And one of the things that made it more attractive was them talking about um, wealthiness. You know, wealthiness. What wealthy people do. Wealthy people do this. Wealthy people do that, and this is what they do. And mostly, it was about wealthy people take chances, but they also have self control. They're able to think their decisions out. They're able to apply the decisions. Most of their decisions aren't emotionally based. Don't get emotionally stuck on your decisions that you want, that you're going to have to change. And when it's time to get out of the placement that you're in to make the money that you want to make. So I was going in there and I was hearing it was all about self control, and being more comfortable to be able to make those decisions in that world. And I was seeing that, if you wanted, they were talking about if you wanted to be somebody, you have to have someone that is already successful in that field be someone that you look up to and follow behind as far as applying some of their things into your life. One person that I like to look at as far as successfulness is Donald Trump. A lot of people don't like Donald Trump when he was president, but before then, I didn't hear about all the times he went bankrupt. I didn't hear about all the bad decisions he made. He's been in so many rap songs that I've known in my life that I thought he was black, black with us. I thought he was down with the black community, but in the sense of things, the way he applies himself, the way he always has self control, the way he doesn't let little issues get to him. As far as, he has a mouth for when he wants to talk and he says some outlandish things, but at the same time, he always keeps his self control when needed. He never, jumps out of his body. He never shows an emotional attachment to something that he doesn't need to be attached to. And that's a great thing to look at when you look at a person like him, especially when you go into something that's similar to the field that he's in. So there was I've said this a lot. There was a group that made a product called WWJD, and it was mostly hand bracelets or whatnot that they would give out, and it would basically be you saying that as a Christian, I may not know all the answers and I may get stuck in situations and humps that I want to get over, and the way that I feel like would be the best way for me to get over is to take myself out of my shoes and put somebody more successful, which is Jesus, into my shoes and think about what he would do in these type of situations. And that became a very successful slogan because a lot of people were figuring that would be the answer to them being able to get over the humps that they have in the regular society, in the regular world. When I get stuck in, how I should handle a situation, I should have enough self-control to take myself out of the situation and put somebody that's more in control of themselves in that situation and apply their actions to the world. The one thing that I believe is that a father is the most important part of a piece when it comes to a family. The reason I believe that is because I've seen a lot of people not knowing themselves or not knowing who they want to be, or not, for a lot of females, not knowing what type of guy they want to be with or how to act around certain guys when it came to them not having a father figure to show them that type of way. And I'm not saying like he wasn't in the house. I'm just saying that he was separately, um, his actions were not ones that you could see in the good and bad times. When it comes to a guy, a husband, a father being in a life, most of the times when he's having a bad time, he's the one that has to stay calm and collective in the situation so that everybody's able to stay calm and collected with him. Just like being on an airplane when the pilot is flying and then plane gets shaky, everybody starts to, go crazy. But hey, I'm the one flying this plane. So since I'm flying this plane and you trusted me to be the person that's going to fly this plane and get you to safety, maybe I should calm you down by telling you everything is okay and acting as if everything is okay. Well, the thing about me is that when I was 16, I always wanted to get married. I just never knew the marriage life because a lot of the people in my life were not married. So I never really got to see, I'm saying, the ins and outs, the arguments, or, I'm saying, how they resolve their arguments, how they resolve their arguments, how they came back together as far as, hey, it's a bad situation. We, uh, we got out of control, but here's what we're going to do to bring ourselves back together so that we're able to work together in the way that we agreed to when this relationship began. And that's a big thing for when you think about who you want to be and how to stay calm. If you got a father that was a Christian father and every time something bad happened he went to pray to God, and when he went to pray to God you seen that everything went all right for him, most likely when things go bad you're going to be praying to God. If you were a person that seen somebody that's stayed with so much self-control that he never argued, he just made decisions, and when he went with those decisions and things were all right, that can give you a better chance to be able to make those same decisions in the future about who you're going to be. The one thing about being in those type of situations is you don't want to take too much from that person to where you're not yourself anymore. You're actually trying to become them. You want to be able to use yourself with a little bit of them. You want to be able to apply it to your life. Um, one of the main people I look at and apply myself to or take a little bit from is a Japanese anime character. And as as I walk down the road that I walk down, I see the reason that I see him being somebody that I like to, analyze is because he never lets anything take over his mind. His pride is so strong within himself that when other people try to control him, they can't because he's so strong of a person inside of him. And the thing I like to put there is greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So the thing that makes me the strongest is me looking at the spirit, the knowledge, the confidence that's inside of me, and letting my fear or whatever else I have going on, trying to trick me from being able to do these things, um, be fueled to take me away from those decisions. If I'm confident in myself and I make a statement, I shouldn't have to explain myself. I definitely shouldn't trick myself into thinking that I have to explain myself or re-explain myself or react in a way where it's something that I have to reassure you that I'm giving you the right answer. If I know it's the right answer, I should know it's the right answer. I should say it's the right answer. I should go on with my business. Um, and the assurance of the confidence and everything inside of me makes me more confident confident in myself and the decisions that I make from now on. So greater is the spiritual. I am God. I am with God. I do believe in Jesus, and one of the passages is greater is the spirit. Greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. So if I believe in the power that is inside of me more than I believe what the world wants me to do, or the decisions, or the thoughts, or opinions, or what they think that I should do, or what they think that I should be deciding. Um, Deciding as far as being on their side, even though I know the other side is correct. If I believe in myself, then I'm able to make more of the right decisions for me than I can by believing in what you are telling me about what I should do. And that's been most of my problems, is actually believing in other people, actually actually listening to other people tell me that I believe in you, but don't you think you should? Or don't you think you should think about it this way? Or I don't think that's right for you. And every time that I heard that and I went with the decision that I thought I would, I was more happier. When I was self assured about myself, I went with and I went with my way. I was more happy, even though I was still kind of walking with society and not knowing, you know, why I was doing the things that I was doing. It conflicted me because I was knowing that most of the stuff that I was doing was not the person that I wanted to be. And making those different decisions were actually pushing me towards the decision that I'm making right now to do exactly what I know is right, which is being the person that I want to be. And that's the thing about masculinity, which I talk about. It's based on the appearance of people of the past that were considered, that considered people that were successful in that subject. So when you were a masculine man in the past, you had to look at the past to be able to see what you wanted to be as far as successful. When you had a great father in your life, a great dad in your life, it was easy for you to take the skills that he presented and apply it to your fathering, and become a great father like your father was. A lot of people would say that, hey, I'm a great person because I had great people around me. I'm a great person because of my father, because of my mother, the people that are around me that supported me, that showed me how to do things, that showed me how to be strong, that showed me how to stay calm in these type of situations. When everything seems like it's crumbling, I was able to look at these people that were successful in this and apply some of the stuff that they have. And that's what I mean by we're not enough, is that maybe all of us, and I'm just saying like ourselves, all of us are not enough to be able to get through these problems that we have alone in society. Maybe we need to have a outlook on somebody else's life that's already done it and apply some of that. The number one saying that I love to say is iron sharpens iron. And basically, to me, what that means is that if you want to be something, you got to get around it. If you want to be successful in anything, you got to get around it to be able to be successful. You got to, talk to people. You got to look at people and see what they do. You got to talk to people and, and get the advice on what they do. You got to be able to learn from people that have already been there. They've already been through the steps. They've already stepped in that field. They stepped in that light and became exactly what you are gaining are gaining knowledge or experience or confidence to be able to be. So in that, I say thank y'all for listening. Um, if you think that there's a lot of people out here that are very much famous, please pay attention to who you are following, because not a lot of people need your thumbs up on being them, because they might not apply. It don't apply everything to your life. If you look at somebody and you want to be um, a better husband or wife, and you look at a person, don't apply everything, because everything might not be you, and it may make you a little bit more confused to be able to um, do be them, because you're only great at being yourself. The greatest you is only you. No one can be you better than you could be you. So make sure that you can still keep your personality intact, and grab a little bit more out of, grab a little bit more to apply to yourself. It was I think it is Cyborg from DC Comics. He can basically, I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe that he's able to apply different type of things to his system and add it on as a weapon, and that is one thing that you will want to be able to have as a person, is one person that's able to grab different areas in their life and apply it to themselves, different information, different features to be to apply to your album. If you're looking at it in rapper terms, different features to be able to apply to your album to make it the hottest album ever. You definitely want to take those different type of skills. Be careful on how you apply them. Definitely, when I was thinking of a story, I want to see, if it relates to it as I say it. So I played basketball, and when I played basketball, when I was younger, there was always those older guys that seemed like they never did anything but practice like last minute shots, and that was it. And you know, a lot of people like to apply Michael Jordan as the greatest player of all time, and some agree, but everybody loves his clutch moments like that. That, what I'm saying, hitting that buzzer beater, with 3 seconds left, and they shoot the ball and it goes in the bucket. But there were some people that I feel like they only took that skill that Michael Jordan had and practiced on that every shot. They would not practice, they would not take the Michael Jordan shot, what I'm saying, 1,000 shots a day. He would go up in there and, do different things to make himself better, as far as, making it a regular feature of his game, making it a regular, I can't think of the word right now, but basically your body remembers this shot over and over and over again, just like and so there was no defense that could change you up. There was no defense that could change you up. Like I remember when Kobe Bryant was being guarded by Shane Battier, um, when Shane Battier played for the Houston Rockets in the playoffs, and I felt like, man, Kobe was incredible, because when Shane Battier would play defense, he didn't go for your shot. He would go for Kobe's face. He would try to knock, what I'm saying? It was like a feature that, that was his defense. Like, it wasn't going for the shot, it was going for his look. So he tried to throw Kobe off, but Kobe was so used to shooting the ball in the way that he was, and he would practice it and practice it, that it didn't seem like that affected him at all. He didn't flinch from it. He would make buckets on this guy that was covering his eyes, making it so that he couldn't see the rim anymore. And I don't feel like a lot of people practice it. I mean, I feel like that old guy would do nothing but over and over again practice that one shot, 3, 2, 1, and shoot the ball, and that would be it. Because the whole game, you can give this guy buckets, you can give him buckets, he can miss every shot that's going in. But if the game is tied at the end, you're going to 15, it's 14-14, win by 2. This guy has put up layups, he's missed layups, he's missed um, 3 point shots, he's missed open shots. But then the pressure is on, and 14-14, they give him the ball, and you got the best defense you could ever have on him, and he just shoots the shot and makes it. And all the time he's talking all this stuff, and it seems like he knows that he's gonna make the buzzer beater, and that's it. He's so calm through the game that when he misses a shot, he's like, "Oh, it's all good. I'm still gonna get you." And you're like, "How are you missing all these shots?" But that game winner is the most important to him. And it was like people learn how to stay calm during that time of the game instead of learning any other skill. He didn't take the shooting 1,000 shots. He didn't take the different moves. He didn't take anything but that buzzer beater shot and apply it to himself. And that's what I believe, that that's what he did. But I mean, I was thinking of that, and that was definitely a disappointment to me when I lost the game to that guy. But at the same time, thinking back on that situation, it definitely was a learning experience. I feel like everything that you go through can be a learning experience if you're able to learn from the subject and not look at it as it's just another experience and oh, it's just something I can forget later on. But I like to thank everybody for coming out to the show, listening in. Definitely, it's not the meeting like I do, but I'm getting more into doing more of a online presence. Later on, I might be having more people. I might be applying it to a show that has people come on there and talk about different people come on here and talk about their opinions on what we think we can change in society. So it just isn't me talking by myself, but definitely get back to me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like it. Definitely let me know if you have any opinions on anything you want to hear about, you want to talk about. Remember, this is about music, masculinity, understanding, self-control, intelligence, and confidence. So as long as you got all those, guaranteed you can make the changes in your life that you want to make. So be blessed. Y'all have a good day.